I thought I had to watch porn every single night before bed or else I couldn't sleep. What this caused was a 6-year addiction, relapsing over 1,000 times, probably spending 10,000 hours watching porn, so I pretty much mastered the skill of it. But I finally quit at 19, only when I understood how to stop watching it before bed, okay? Step 1, if you can change your environment, do it, okay? We're always used to watching porn in the same place, which is before bed, most likely before bed, right? In bed, in our room. If you can change your environment at that time to go on a walk, go to the gym, even if it's 10 o'clock at night, do it, right? I'll explain what to do if you can't actually do that, because it might not be plausible or whatever, but if you can do that, go and do it, because action solves everything. People that went into the Vietnam War, I think, American soldiers, the conditions were so bad in the war that they had to take hard drugs to cope with it, right? Once they came back to America, everyone was expecting, to everyone be addicted to drugs. It'll be chaos. When the soldiers came back to America, to their houses with their wives and families, their addictions went away, 99% of them. These hard drugs, they just went away. What did they do different? They went from this one environment where they're used to taking the drugs, changed it to their nice environment. They just changed the environment. And a hard drug just went away. And I understand that porn is a bad addiction. So just changing your environment will change everything. Action always solves everything. You can stay in bed, you can drain your willpower, try and use David Goggins' discipline to resist the urge, but you're going to give in. You'll drain your willpower and you'll just fail and relapse. Action solves everything. You can stay in bed and meditate and try and, transfer the sexual energy around your whole body. I can't do that shit, right? I'm not a monk. Action solved everything. You're fat, you can either think about the perfect diet plan, right? You can think about going to the gym, or you can go to the gym and lose the weight. Action solves everything. So if you can, just do things throughout the day. Do things, go to the gym, so that when you get to bed at night, you're too tired to watch that shit. Action solves everything, okay? Now, by the way, no pressure, but the link below is my porn quitting course. If you get some value from these free videos, that will help you so much more. It supports me, you'll quit porn faster, and thank you. Now, the action usually works throughout the day more, because you can't, if it's 12 o'clock at night, you can't really go to the gym or go for a walk, okay? So if you're struggling throughout the day, action solves everything. Now, I want you to trick your brain, okay? Your brain currently thinks it can't go to bed without watching porn, right? It thinks that. It thinks something bad's going to happen, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable, just something's going to go wrong, right? Because your brain craves comfort, you've given it that comfort every night for, 1,000 nights in a row. So when you don't give it the comfort, when you say, we're not watching porn tonight, it's going to panic. It's going to be like, what do you mean? What? Why? Are we in danger? The same way if you've been eating food every day for your entire life and one day you just suddenly stopped eating, your brain's going to panic. It's going to be like, why are you not giving me this thing that I've had for years? You might just be trying to lose some fat, but your brain don't know that. It thinks something's seriously wrong, okay? So, you've already tricked your brain into a negative way of thinking. You've tricked it into thinking, we can't go to bed or else something bad's going to happen without porn. So do the opposite. Hack your brain, trick it into thinking that if you don't go to bed without watching porn, you'll sleep better. You'll wake up in the morning with a rock hard erection, which does happen. You'll wake up with testosterone, which will happen. Motivation, energy, which is going to lead you to go to the gym, work on your goals, be more confident. All these things that will just benefit your life truly happen. So you got to tell your brain that. Tell your brain you sleep so much better when you've not watched porn, when you've retained your seed and your power. I don't know if that's true. Who cares? Just tell your brain that. Think about the energy you're going to wake up with. You can either wake up in the morning, sky high testosterone, which you should have, energy and motivation to go to the gym, or you can just wake up depleted, like a bitch, stay in bed, moan, just be a pussy, essentially. You can choose, right? If that's the life, if that's the destiny you want, the average life, being a pussy, getting a 9 to 5, if that's what you want, keep watching porn, because that will keep your life mediocre. But if you're watching this video unedited, you could be watching porn right now, but you're not. So clearly you're destined for more, like me. So quit porn. Think about the version of you that wants to wake up in the morning. Is it the high testosterone guy who's going to conquer his goals? Or is it the depleted bitch who's going to do nothing with his life? Think of your ancestors. Which version do they want you to wake up? Because they've died so that you can live. Do they want the pussy to wake up? Or the high testosterone man, which you should be? So, trick your brain. Think about the testosterone you're going to wake up with. Full balls, like a man should, right? And, yeah, just trick your brain. Tell it whatever you want. your testosterone will double if you don't go to sleep. It ain't true, but tell it that. So you just got to reverse the bad negative thinking you've been telling yourself. I can't go to sleep without watching porn, something bad's going to happen. Just do the opposite. Something great's going to happen if I don't watch porn and go to sleep. I'll have the best night of sleep I've ever had. I'll wake up rock hard with testosterone, all these things, just tell yourself that. Now, the first night will be the hardest because your brain's going to be so uncomfortable, right? You just got to power through the night with these mental tricks. When you wake up in the morning, the hard work's done, essentially. The next night will come and it's going to be hard, but the first night is 100 times more difficult because all you need to do is get through that night, and what you've done is prove to yourself that you can actually do it, right? You can't actually not go to bed without watching porn. You're not going to die, okay? Your brain knows now, oh, it's a bit uncomfortable, but we're not going to die. I've woken up now, high testosterone because I've told myself, rock hard, got the energy, go to the gym. The next night will come. It's going to be difficult again, but you're going to tell yourself the mental trick. Your brain already knows that it's not going to die, so it's going to be, what, 5, 10, 15% more easier than the previous night. Do that, it gets easier each night. The first night is always the hardest, so just power through it. Think about the version of you that wants to actually live, the loser or the winner. Simple as that, okay? One more tip I'll give you, just as a bonus, is to change your identity. Change your identity to the most disciplined person on the planet. Just pretend you're David Goggins. Pretend you taught David Goggins everything he knows about discipline, right? You don't care how big the urge is at night. You're not going to watch it. You don't care if you want to watch it more than anything in the world. You're not going to watch it. If you're trying to lose fat, you've got the perfect. You buy, like a psychopath, your perfect meal, the pizza, the cakes, and just stare at it because you don't care. You want it, but you're not going to have it because your discipline is up here. Your goals are so much more important than your excuses. So you don't give a shit what anyone puts in front of you. You're not going to give in because the person you want to be is right behind the hard work, essentially. So change your identity. Instead of being the pussy who struggles to go to bed without watching porn, right, the weak version of you, tell yourself, I want to watch porn, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not a loser. Simple as that. Do you think all these, these athletes who have done amazing things don't want to watch porn or eat the junk food, play video games? Of course they do. They're human, but they don't care. They're not going to do it because that just gets in the way of their goals. If they did that every time, they'd be a loser. But they're not. Now everyone looks up to them. Now they're rich. Now they get the girls. Now they got the fame. If that's what you want, you got to do the hard work. And it first starts with changing your identity to one of a winner, not of a loser. So resisting the urges will just be like second nature because you get an urge to watch porn and you'll just remind yourself, well, I'm not a loser anymore, so how to do that, right? And you'll have the monkey part of your brain saying, oh, go and do it, Tell it to shut the fuck up. Just ignore it. Just laugh at the part of your brain that wants you to fail and be like, I'm not going to fail today, buddy. You're going to get mad, right? I'm not failing. That's what you need to do, okay? So to recap, change your environment if you can at night. This works better throughout the day. Have a mental trick in your brain. Change your mind into thinking going to sleep without watching porn is better for you. And finally, change your identity to someone who does not watch porn, even if they want to, has the most discipline on the planet. Eventually your brain will believe this. Then you'll get an urge to watch porn. Your brain will be like, oh, hang about, I'm not watching that shit. I'm not a loser. The monkey part of my brain is not going to win today. I hope this helped. Please subscribe if it did. Goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but the link under this video is my paid porn quitting course. When you feel like you trust me enough and if you feel like my free advice has helped you change your life in any way, check that out right now.